I love the bright and savory flavors of chicken piccata, but sometimes a plain old chicken breast just isn't exciting enough for dinner. So we'll take all the great flavors of chicken piccata and turn it into a meatball and serve it up over some perfectly cooked angel hair pasta. Let's give it a try. All right, for our meatballs, we'll start off with 1 pound of ground chicken. I would recommend like 90% lean, but if all you can find is 99% lean, that is fine too. We'll add in the zest of a lemon, some Italian seasoning, 1 egg. By the way, guys, all the exact amounts, or at least suggested amounts, will be down below, so you don't have to take notes. Some garlic paste or freshly minced garlic, some grated parmesan cheese, and some panko breadcrumbs. We'll season that up with a generous amount of fresh cracked pepper and just a pinch of salt. That Parmesan cheese has lots of salt in it. And then because my chicken was extremely lean, I added about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil just for some richness and fat. Go ahead and thoroughly mix that and pop it in the fridge for about half an hour if you have the time to set up. That'll help those breadcrumbs hydrate and that mixture kind of homogenize. To make your meatballs, just put a little cold water on your fingers and palms. Grab a golf ball size amount of meatball mixture and roll it. Rinse and repeat until you are all done and try and make them as equal in size as possible. I'm going to grab an oven-safe non-stick skillet. If you don't have that, cast iron would be just fine as well. Get that over medium heat and add in some olive oil and then lay in each of our meatballs, trying to keep them separate and evenly spaced out. Don't want to crowd the pan here. After 4 to 5 minutes, or whenever you have some beautiful golden brown color like that, go ahead and give them a flip. And because they are round, it's going to be hard to get them to exactly and perfectly flip over. They may want to lean onto one edge or one side or another, but as long as 2 sides get some beautiful golden brown color here, that's really all we're after. You'll see that the fond from these meatballs is going to color and flavor our piccata sauce in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and cook these through in the oven, about 5 minutes at 375. And then remove them, but you could also just cook them extra long in our piccata sauce to make sure they were cooked through. To make that sauce, we'll start off with half a stick of unsalted butter, straight back into that same pan, 1 to 2 shallots that have been finely diced or minced. Stir that around until that shallot is beginning to soften. Next up, we'll add in 3 or 4 cloves of minced garlic and a couple tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Once that garlic is nice and fragrant and that flour has been absorbed by the butter and fat in the skillet, and you no longer have that raw flour smell coming off the pan, we can go ahead and start to add our liquids. Start off with about half a cup of a dry white wine. If you're averse to using wine, totally get it. Just add a little more chicken stock. We're going to go ahead and let that wine reduce slightly, and we're going to add in a cup and a half or so of low sodium chicken stock. Go ahead and give that a nice vigorous stir. Start to bring that up to a simmer. Of course, with that beautiful butter and flour in there, it is going to form a roux, which will help to thicken all of the liquids which we add here. And also look at those beautiful brown bits of fond. It's going to be a flavorful sauce. For authentic piccata, we need some lemon juice, so I added the juice of 1 lemon in there. And then I'm going to return my meatballs to this liquid. As you can see, I've brought it up to a nice simmer. And I'm going to reduce this by maybe a third or so. We're not going to try and reduce it all the way down by half, but about a third sounds right. You just want to thicken it up slightly. I'll add in a couple tablespoons of capers along with their juice, followed by some freshly chopped parsley. And then this is optional, but once you get down there and it is reduced to your liking, I turn the heat off and add in 2 tablespoons of butter and just swirl that until the butter is emulsified into the sauce. This is going to give you an extremely glossy and velvety smooth sauce. Yep, a little extra butter, but I would say it never hurt anyone, but it's probably not true. But you know what? One time's not going to kill you, so give it a try. I'm telling you, it is going to make your sauce absolutely dynamite. I've got some perfectly cooked angel hair pasta there. I'm going to go down with a few meatballs and generously drizzle over that piccata sauce because we want to make sure we get a little bit in every bite, including every bite of pasta. Now, a lot of times I have complaints about chicken meatballs. By the way, of course, obligatory green garnish and a little bit of fresh Parmesan. Anyways, a lot of times I have complaints about chicken meatballs or any kind of lean meatball that they are too tough or don't have a lot of flavor, but as you can see, these cut absolutely easily with a fork because of all those breadcrumbs which soaked up liquid from the piccata sauce and the liquid from the chicken as it cooked, and that Parmesan cheese and the egg. These are going to be absolutely tender, flavorful, moist, and delightful. Also pretty hot, so I'm going to try a little bite of meatball with some pasta, and man, that is just lemony and rich from the butter, great body from the roux that we used to build that sauce. Really tasty pasta all on its own. I'm telling you, if you like chicken piccata, you're definitely going to love this. If you just like pasta and Italian chicken dishes in general, this will be a winner, so give it a try. Or at the very least, go make something delicious.